I appreciate everybody sticking around for a reaction. Leader Strayhorn and I are going to give reaction and then questions to any of the members that you want to ask. Everybody's here and open to do that. I think that at the end of Governor Kasich's speech, he talked about the need for Ohioans to have real conversations with one another and Americans to talk through issues together. And if he did that, then he would see a different picture in Ohio than what he painted. He talked about how the roads are great in Ohio, just drive down the roads. He talked about how the job market is thriving. He talked about the way that we can solve drugs is to just go up to kids in restaurants at dinner and tell them to not do drugs. And so as I'm traveling the state, I'm talking to people about issues that affect them, and all people want is a fair shot. And so what we've proposed in the last couple of General Assemblies is that investments into our kids in education, investment into the job market and into how to get innovative technology in business and how to link our students to business and how to have that skilled workforce that's necessary. We need to make sure that we're dealing with blight in neighborhoods so that people feel safe in the communities. He didn't talk about that at all. He rarely, and just at the very beginning, talked about water quality. Didn't talk about the issues that are going on at Lake Erie. Didn't talk about the issues that are happening in communities like Sebring with lead in the last couple of years. And so what we need to do is make those real investments into those areas. He bragged about a $5 billion tax cut over the past 6 years. He also has $2 billion in the rainy day fund. I'm not saying write a check for the balance in the areas that we're talking about. We're talking about making meaningful investments to improve the quality of life in Ohio. And if we don't deal with this opioid problem, and we don't deal with this heroin problem, we are going to be in a world of hurt here. We have 2 counties in this state that have had to rent refrigeration trucks for victims of overdoses. This is real. You can't just talk about drugs. You have to take action. You have to make investments in educating kids, giving police the tools to deal with the problem, and making sure that we have rehabilitation for these folks. And not just 30 days and get out and push them back out onto the streets. We have to have wraparound services for these people to get back into society as positive members that are going back to where they were prior to their addiction. And so I was disappointed because if he did have real conversations with people throughout this state, he would have found a lot of different answers than the things that he tried to portray tonight. And so hopefully we can continue to have dialogue, because I agree that we do need to talk through things. We do need to work together. We do need to find some compromise when it comes to this budget, and hopefully we can do so. Leader Stray.